All right. I hope everybody is doing well today. We've got about 70 people in the chat, guys. I am looking forward to a good live stream today. We're going to be doing some technical analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to be zooming out we're going to be zooming in and looking at the 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart. We're going to be watching some live Bitcoin price action, and we're going to be talking about whether or not I expect a Bitcoin breakout coming here in the next couple of hours, because I do think that Bitcoin is looking pretty bullish right now, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that we need to discuss. Let's go ahead and dive on into the stream, but first I want to get a conversation going with you guys. How are you guys doing today? How has your trading day been? How is everybody doing in general? I'm very interested to hear, as always. Also, guys, if you do think that you're going to enjoy the live stream, go ahead and hit that like button. If you need time to if you need time to prove to yourself that you're going to enjoy, then you can wait. But nevertheless, it does help it does help people to find the channel. Hopefully you guys did all do what I asked you to do yesterday and hit that notification bell so you're updated every time a new video comes out. Give me a hashtag notification squad if you are part of the notification squad fam and you did join because of that notification bell. I'm interested to see how many of you guys did just that. Let's see. I'm actually going to have a couple friends of mine join the call because they're very nervous about talking in front of many people, and I want to try to break that. So we're going to bring them on for like 5 minutes here in a little bit, and we'll get to talk to them for a little bit. Let's go ahead and catch up on chat. How's everybody doing? Someone said, what time is it starting? It has already started, my friend. Anyone from KC? You mean Kentucky? I'm not sure which one you mean there. Danny says, hi, everyone. XRP needs to hit $220 per coin already. You know, I had a friend of mine, I suppose he is a friend of mine. I had my dad tell me when XRP ran all the way up to $3.30, he's like, you know, Jeb, that cryptocurrency is doing really well. You know what you should do? You should buy some of that. And you know when he was saying that was right up here. XRP was trading up here, and he's like seeing it in the news, and he's like, you know, we need to go ahead and buy XRP. That's what he thought. And I was like, Dad, XRP has just run from 24 cents to $3.30. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I had a feeling the bull market was going to end relatively soon. But I do think that that's a pretty funny story. He doesn't know a whole lot about Bitcoin. He just tries to keep up with it since I'm in it. Anyway, like I said, let's keep up with chat here. Top looks like a diamond that isn't trying hard enough. Yeah. When this schnitzel starting? It's already started, my friend. Make sure, let's do an audio and a video check, by the way. Can everybody hear me all right? And can everybody see the video all right? Is there any buffering on the audio side? Is there any buffering on the video side? Let's see what the quality's like. We had some issues with the video bitrate yesterday. I've increased that, so we shouldn't have as much of an issue with it. Also, tell me if you can hear my Facebook Messenger going off. I do want to make sure you guys can't hear that. Well, you can hear it on my phone, but I was referring mainly to on my computer, because I am going to have a couple people join us here for a little bit. I have a friend who is extremely nervous about getting on and talking to you guys. Anyway, let's do a little bit of technical analysis here to dive on into it. The first thing I want to do here is get you guys caught up on what's happened over the last 24 hours, because we did have a bit of a rally overnight. Bitcoin ran all the way up here to around $11,950. Everybody's saying that we're looking crystal clear, everything clear. What do you think about XRP in terms of potential? I think XRP is a cryptocurrency that you're going to want to keep on your radar, but one thing that I'm not a fan of is that Ripple and their products, like XRapid, XVIA, all these products, they don't actually require XRP. XRP is just a cryptocurrency, quote unquote, that can be used for those products. You can also use these products with other currencies. So XRP does, even though it's not technically a security, we have gotten confirmation of that now, it does operate like one. So I am not a really big fan of XRP. But at the same time, it is the number 3 cryptocurrency, and it is going to have a lot of action when the bull market does continue rallying and the altcoins start doing well. Mostly because it just always does. XRP hasn't made a move in weeks. You're right, Juan. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of XRP. I don't have anything in XRP right now. I do have a position in Litecoin, which was looking all right earlier. I'm not a big fan of Litecoin right now because it jumped off a cliff on the US dollars, but we're going to just we're going to keep an eye on that and see what happens. Not a very big position, and honestly, I'm not really that worried about it. Anyway, let's make sure we're caught up on chat here. Looks like we are. So let's go ahead and dive on into a little bit of technical analysis, and then we'll continue talking about some different things here. Main thing that I want to discuss is yesterday we started doing a live stream right down here. We saw Bitcoin was rallying all the way up here to around $11,100, and that's when I started recording. And during the live stream, Bitcoin actually rallied all the way up here to $11,666, because even the devil himself can't ignore the gospel that is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin continued rallying overnight. We can see it rallied here from around $11,500 last night as it was trading sideways when we stopped recording, all the way up here to around nearly $12,000. By the way, guys, I did mention that I was going to put a position in on Bitcoin when Bitcoin got to around $12,000. I did go ahead and make that position, and if you guys are curious, I do have a stop loss at $11,400. That is a 5x leverage on Kraken. I may post a screenshot of that later on. I'm not going to bring up Kraken because I don't want to paint a target on my back by showing you guys how much cryptocurrency I have, but I do have that trade that is in effect, and I am looking to ride that. If it looks like Bitcoin's going to fall over, and it looks like this is going to be a top, and Bitcoin actually isn't going to have the breakout here because we haven't technically broken out just yet, then I'm probably going to cut that short before 11.4 and re-enter it, or re-enter it a bit later. If I have to take a 5% loss on that and then re-enter it later and make a couple 100% gain on that because we're having leverage trading going on, if I have to do that, that's not the end of the world. That's perfectly fine. We'll go ahead and trade like that. Let's go ahead and look at the chat again. I love talking to you guys. That we had, I sit down sometimes. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna live stream for half an hour. That's never the way this works. I sit down and I start live streaming and we see the viewers pour in and I start reading chat, and I just love interacting with you guys. What do you guys have to say about the state of cryptocurrency right now? What do you think about the news ecosystem in cryptocurrency right now? Also, one thing is, if any of you guys are in the stock market, what do you think about the current stock market situation? We've had a massive crash start on Thursday, and it's not looking very good. I don't think we're in recession territory or anything, but if you guys would like me to look at stocks a little bit, we can do that a little bit later as well. Let's see here. XRP has the most potential for gain percentages in the future. Long-term hold for sure. I do agree with you. XRP is very far retraced from... Oh, excuse me, I got the burps again. Is very far retraced from its all-time high. We're literally 90% down from all-time high. But I would also use the counter-argument to what you said about having a lot of gain potential, and also say that if it's down 90%, it might be down 90% for a reason. I do like XRP as far as an investment vehicle compared to other cryptocurrencies. You guys know that I'm a bigger fan of other ones, like, for example, Litecoin, Ethereum. We have some other cryptocurrencies like EOS that I really like. XRP is not one of my favorites, but at the same time, XRP being the #3 cryptocurrency, being as old as it is, it does have a lot of clout behind it, and it is going to bring gains during the bull market in the altcoin cycle. Crypto Jeb, what about Dogecoin? Let's go ahead and look at Dogecoin. If you guys watch Peter Saddington, you'll know that he likes his downwards facing Doge. I haven't watched his live stream in quite some time. You guys should go check him out. I don't even know if he's still active on YouTube anymore. I think he is. But he likes his Dogecoin. He's got a lot in Dogecoin. Not because he thinks it's going to bring him any profit, but because he thinks it is pretty funny. I was typing that into the wrong place. Let's look at Doge here for a second. We got some Doge, guys. Doge was a $1 billion cryptocurrency at one point. I remember when that happened. Currently, we're sitting at $370 million in market capitalization. You know what's really funny? Doge was a meme cryptocurrency. It was not meant to actually be successful. It was not meant to actually do anything, but the Doge meme, guys, it just never dies. I love this cryptocurrency so much, even though there's not a chance in hell that I would ever invest in it seriously. Yeah, I think it is really funny. XRapid is the Lightning Network. We can get into that if you want, but it's sold all stocks 2 weeks ago. Oh, well, you picked a pretty good time, actually. Looks like we got about 230 of you guys in here, but only 36 likes. Let's see if we can moon those likes above 100 real quick. If all of you guys hit that like button, we'd have 250 likes already. That's what we got to in yesterday's video. Also, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream and you do want to see more of these, there's a few ways that you can support the channel and show your interest. You can, one, like I said, hit that like button. But also, if you're new here, or even if you're not new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's a little red rectangle. It's completely free, guys. I promise I won't charge you for hitting that subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube doesn't like pushing notifications unless you have that tick. So make sure you do that. I have almost 5,000 stellar lumens. Good lord, you really like your lumens, don't you? Let me see if I can find lumens over here. XLM BTC. Yeah, on my watch list. Best of luck to you, my friend. I haven't done TA on stellar lumens in a little while. We'll see what happens. MT Coiner is in the house. That's an OG viewer right there. How you doing, man? Nathan Julian says, hi, Jeb. I have a feeling you meant to say hi. Hi. Crypto Weeb says, subbed. Looks like we got the likes up to 75. Good job. Some of you guys did what I asked. Let's see. By the way, guys, if you hit that subscribe button, Streamlabs should go ahead and pop a notification up on the stream saying that you subscribe. That might not work. Sometimes it was having a bit of trouble last night, but if you do want Zambi the Zombie to introduce you to the channel, then you can do what our friend Brian Sherrier just did and subscribe to the channel. Perfect timing. We also had What Team subscribe just right before him. Brian should be showing up now. Okay. Streamlabs, there it is. Brian Sherrier, welcome to the channel. What Team, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. Hopefully you guys enjoy the opportunities and everything that Bitcoin has to offer. If there's any, I want to ask you guys a question. What big news story in the past month or so do you think was the most important? What did you really read and you thought it was just huge? I've covered a lot of news. A lot of people have covered a lot of news. Many things have happened. We had Trump talking about Bitcoin less than a month ago. We had stuff happening with Backed. We've had some regulation stuff going on. What do you think the biggest news story that's broken here over the last couple of weeks is? And what do you think has the biggest impact or the biggest potential for impact on the cryptocurrency market? Engineering Corner says, love this channel. You've helped me so much. I've come from investing to mining Bitcoin and Litecoin. Thanks for all of the tips. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for enjoying the content. Of course, I couldn't do this without you guys. I didn't subscribe to the channel with 25,300 accounts. I only subscribed to the channel with about 5,000 accounts. That's a joke, by the way, because people think I'm serious. I don't have a sub bot. None of these are from that. But it was you guys that did it. It wasn't me. I make the videos. You guys consume them. This is a team effort, so thank you guys. The Travis Barber has also just subscribed. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Let's go ahead and catch up on chat here. You guys are talking a lot, and I love it. I'm loving it. Adoption for VeChain. Walmart used the VThor blockchain. Backed for sure. I agree with you. I think that's the biggest one. News doesn't have an impact. I disagree with you there, although I do think the impact is overstated. The SEC wanting to run a node. I don't think I mentioned that on the channel, but I did see that news story. That was really interesting. They wanted to run several nodes, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't really explain why they wanted to, because everything that they could have gotten out of that is free on the internet. Fidelity, yep, Fidelity has been talking about an exchange that they're going to be launching. I've known about that for a while, haven't talked about it a whole lot. Deutsche Bank and Brexit, yep, there's always news coming out of that. Jeb, I'm up $5,000 in 2 days. Let's give a round of applause. Yes, let's give a round of applause to Chris Frazier. Good on you, dude. Biggest news is Binance stop servicing the U.S. customers. I agree with you. That is a big deal. Some people have been asking me lately what exchange to move to after Binance stops offering trading to U.S. users. I've actually completely moved over to Kraken because I like doing 5x leverage. If I'm not comfortable doing a 5x leverage trade, then I'm not going to take the trade in the first place. So all my trading is taking place on Kraken right now. But if you're not looking to do margin trading, there is also Bittrex, which is an exchange I used back in the day. That was the first purely cryptocurrency exchange I used along with Coinbase. Now I use Kraken for my deposits and withdrawals if I were to ever make one, which 2 years into this, I've still never made a single Bitcoin withdrawal, and I don't plan to anytime soon. But Bittrex is a good exchange, so you guys might be interested in checking that out. I haven't used Bittrex in a long time. They've definitely had some updates, but as far as I'm aware, it's still a pretty good exchange. Is anyone else experiencing issue with TradingView? Price updates delayed. I haven't seen an issue with that myself personally, but if anyone has, let him know. Bybit, yep. By the way, guys, like I said, if you are enjoying the live stream, go ahead and smash those likes. But also, if you want to support the channel, there's a few ways you can do that. You can hit that little rectangle with a $sign in it below the chat box, and you can do a donation with a super chat. Your name will pop up, and you'll have your 15 seconds of fame on the live stream here. And if you need to ask a question, you want to make sure I see it, that's a good way to do it. It does help out the channel, guys. This is a business that has expenses. We do have an employee. I just got off a conference call with Taylor. So there are expenses. Got to keep the machine running. If you guys want to support the channel, you can do so that way. But also, if you want to learn about technical analysis, there is still the coupon code running on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. That's linked in the description, and that'll be running for another 12 hours or so. If you're interested in learning about TA, great place to do that. We had like 7 people join during yesterday's live stream, and they were all talking about how much they enjoy it. What's your take profit zone for Bitcoin? I like to take I like to take profit. Well, that completely depends on the trade. Let me show you what I'm doing for this trade, for example. What I'm going to do with this trade, this is the first of 3 trades I'm going to make having to do with Bitcoin breaking out here. I've already made the first one. If Bitcoin continues here and it rallies up to $13,200, I'm going to make another trade up here with a tight stop loss. I have a stop loss below this one. And then at 14K, I'm going to have another leverage trade with a stop loss right down here and buy in up here. These 3 trades I'm going to ride on indefinitely. I don't have a plan on when exactly I want to sell those because there's not a lot of price targets above 14K. I'm going to see and use technical analysis in the moment to figure out where I want to put those trades to a hold, or where I want to sell those trades, excuse me. Probably be up around $18,000, $19,000, $20,000. Those are 5x margins. You do the math on that. There's a very large room for profit if you make a trade like that. You know what you're doing and you protect yourself. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Coinbase stuck at 8:30 p.m. Let's see. I'm on the Coinbase chart right now. I don't think it is. Let's make sure that isn't happening, because if it is, we need to jump to another chart. Oh, you were right. Yeah, Coinbase is behind. I didn't notice that. I've been busy ever since about 5 o'clock, so I haven't been able to do technical analysis. Interesting. Okay, we're on the hourly chart here. That's really weird. I wonder why that's going on. Guys, I don't use Coinbase anymore, so if someone can log on to Coinbase and tell me what's going on over there, I'd be interested to hear. You can get us updated. I purchased the technical analysis and would love help accessing my login info. Delilah, are you having an issue logging into CT2A? Shoot me an email at cryptojeb@gmail.com, and I will get that resolved as quickly as possible. I might actually put the stream on hold to make sure that that gets resolved. Help accessing your login info. Delilah, let's do that right now, actually. I don't want you having any issue getting into the course. I've never had an issue with login info. We actually just had someone buy the course 7 minutes ago. We had a guy named Chia join the course. Delilah, let's see what's going on here. When did you purchase the course? Delilah, if you wouldn't mind, like I said, just go ahead and shoot me an email right now. We're going to get that worked out right now. I don't want you having any issues getting into the course. I've never had anyone have issues with that. If we have to do something to get you in, we'll do it. Jeb, what's your measured move for the breakout of your bull flag? If we look here, I'm going to look at the Coinbase chart, even though it is lagging. The measured move for the breakout of the bull flag, I'm assuming you're talking about this little trade right here, this little zone. I personally don't. A lot of people like using predictions like this for figuring out how far the break's going to go. If you do it like this, it's going to predict that Bitcoin's going to move to around $12,800. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that method because there's more important technical analysis to look at. You see a lot of people doing targets is the word I was looking for. I don't personally do them because I'm actually looking at this as a level of resistance. If Bitcoin breaks bullish here, it's going to be very exuberant. We're going to go right to $13,000. If we have an exuberant breakout, we're going to be trading at $13,000 probably within 48 hours of the breakout. So we'll see how that goes. I look forward to the breakout, but we're going to need to actually have confirmation of the breakout first, which is one of the reasons I'm live streaming. Hopefully we can catch that live here. Let me make sure. Delilah 2 on this side. Awesome. Let's make sure. I need to make sure everything. I'm caught up on chat. Okay, Delilah Andre said, okay, thanks. Love this live stream, man. 12K seems to be resisting. 12K is resisting, guys. It's going to take us a little while to get through it. I'm confident that if we don't get through it now, we're going to get through it in a week or two. It is very possible, guys, and this is why I'm very careful with this trade. I wanted to do the trade at around 12,001, but I went ahead and set it so I wouldn't miss it because something like this is going to move very quickly. There is still a potential that Bitcoin could rally up here to this downtrend and then fall over and move back to the downside. That's very possible, very much within the realm of possibility. That could very easily happen, which is why I would be careful getting into a trade like I have, because I'm not a big fan that I'm already in the position. I may close the position at break even before I go to sleep and then reopen it in the morning, to be totally honest, so that I'm not at risk of triggering my stop loss, because stop losses are designed to protect you, but if they get triggered, you are losing money, so you don't really want to have to use them if you don't want to. All right. Give me just a second here, guys. Delilah has just messaged me here. Oh, Delilah, you enrolled a while ago. Oh, you said you were just about to start after you purchased it in June. Gotcha. Okay, so Delilah, it looks like I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I assume you're watching the live stream. It looks like you purchase the course with delilahandre@gmail.com, which is the same name that you were using on YouTube, so I didn't feel like I was using any of your personal data there. Go to that, try to log into the Academy. If it goes through the prompt to reset your password, try to go through that. If you can't get in that way, what we'll do is I'll have you make another account, and then I'll enroll that account in the Academy for you. I didn't have any idea had no idea you're having trouble with that. I'm glad you reached out. Hopefully you feel comfortable sending me emails about stuff like that. Like I tell you guys, if you're in the course, make sure if you have any questions, concerns, comments, something like that is considered with that, of course. Make sure you send me an email. Sometimes I'm not going to see the email, guys. I'll be quite honest with you. I get a couple dozen emails a day. I have a very full inbox, so if I don't see your email, it's not because I was ignoring you. It's simply because it just got buried. If you ever send me an email and I don't see it, send it again. Don't send it in the same thread because it's going to stay buried. Send it again, and I will try to get back to you. I do apologize if I ever miss your emails. Anyway, let's go ahead and catch up on chat here, guys. I keep saying that, but there's a lot of stuff we have to do. Jeb, you opening those 3 long positions on different exchanges. Technically, I'm going to be adding to the position that I already have, and then I'll keep the stop losses in mind myself. It's kind of one of those things where I'm going to do part of it manually. What it's basically going to be is that the stop loss is going to be down here, and then after I make this trade up here, the stop loss will be right here, and then up here, the stop loss will be right there, and then I'll keep these 2 trades, those 2 stop losses in mind, and I'll have them execute manually. Probably I'll keep all the stop losses together, actually. Let's see here. Jeb, what site are you using to trade? Right now I use Kraken to trade because it's the only cryptocurrency exchange that allows US users to trade. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking after I say that, Jeb, just use BitMEX and a VPN. Well, I want to start showing you guys some of my trades. And if I show you guys me trading on BitMEX and BitMEX catches wind of it, they will shut down my account. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get used to trading with Kraken. And by the way, I never technically said that I have an account on BitMEX, so don't go shutting me down, BitMEX, if someone from BitMEX is watching this. Price action has started to get better at night. Price action does seem to be going crazy at night. I would really like for Coinbase to be up to date. Doesn't seem like it's going to be, so let's go ahead and dive to, we'll look at the Bitstamp chart. That's also a good chart, so that we can get this, we can have live chart information going up. I'm going to go ahead and message someone real quick. Alrighty. Guys, I may have a friend of mine join in a few minutes for maybe 5-10 minutes, and we'll have a little bit of a conversation with him. Won't necessarily be about cryptocurrency, although he does know a little bit about crypto, so we might talk about that. Maybe we can try to evangelize with him and get him to join us. We'll go ahead and see if he's ready. I think he's having dinner right now, so it might be a little while from now. Crypto Jeb, do you follow Bitcoin dominance? I sure do. Bitcoin dominance is sitting around 66%. If we come over to CMC, it's going to be sitting at 68%, actually. It's rallied overnight as Bitcoin rallied. It was sitting around 66 a little while ago. I've been watching this generally trend upwards, and I think that's going to have a correction and a reversal in the next few months as the altcoins start to do well. Definitely something I keep an eye on. I'm in now. Woohoo! Had to reset password. Good job, Delilah. I'm very happy to hear that. Keep us up to date with what you think of the course. Vitalik Buterin is having an Ethereum giveaway. Cake and Nachos, I hope you were joking because I don't think he is. That's a very common scam, as people impersonating Vitalik. I'll go ahead and check his Twitter and see if that's actually him. But people pretend about that all the time. I mean, his name on Twitter is literally Vitalik, not giver of Ethereum. Yes, Angel 1120. I did say that. Do I need a VPN? Yeah. Do I need a VPN to join Kraken from Washington? I'll be honest with you, I don't live in Washington, although Washington, I'm assuming state, is absolutely beautiful. I've been out there. Good Lord, I envy you guys out there on the Pacific West Coast. Pacific North Coast. Pacific Northwest, that's the word I was looking for. I'm not sure. Don't think so. Kraken is available to all 50 states, if I'm not mistaken, but I might be wrong on that, so check. Yeah, guys, if anyone is saying they're doing a cryptocurrency giveaway, make absolutely sure that they are, especially if they ever say, let's just do a little bit of a public safety announcement while we're on the topic. If someone ever says, I'm going to do a cryptocurrency giveaway, but to enter, you have to submit cryptocurrency, they're scamming you. Don't do it. It's not going to happen. The real Vitalik Buterin, we can see he's up here right now. He has a blue check mark. If he doesn't have a blue check mark, that's not Vitalik. If someone doesn't have a blue check mark, they're probably not the real them. I don't have a blue check mark because I'm a smaller Twitter account. But, guys, don't get scammed. It's very easy to not get scammed, so don't get scammed. Vitalik reminds me of Roger from American Dad, the alien. He walked onto stage one time the way Roger walks. That's really funny, guys. You know what happened is that on September 20th, when we raided Area 51, we found Vitalik Buterin, who was the offspring of one of the scientists there, and an alien. And we also found a time machine, and we went back to the 1990s and then planted him there as a child, and then he grew up and created Ethereum, and then that caused a space-time paradox, also known as Bitcoin Cash. And that's how Vitalik Buterin came about, and that's why he walks like an alien, guys. I'm just going to give you some insight onto that. I know that you weren't supposed to know that, but nevertheless. Jeb, did Bitcoin pay for your new place? Well, Bitcoin and a couple other businesses, but yeah. Release the Kraken. Kraken is cool in the USA. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're from the Pacific Northwest, says Andude James. By the way, guys, like I said, if you are enjoying the live stream and you are enjoying Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, there's a few ways you can support the channel. Let's go ahead and smash those likes, guys. Let's moon those likes. Let's try to shoot for 150 likes here, guys. We have 350 of you watching, which is very humbling, by the way. Thank you to all of you who have decided to spend your time watching the stream and spend your time subscribing to the channel and everything. Eternally grateful for you guys. Like I was saying in yesterday's video, I remember the day that we had 4 subscribers in one day. Back in, I believe it was December 5th, 2017. We had 4 subscribers joined us. We went from 7 subscribers to 11, and then the next day it was 12. It was crazy. It was crazy. FYI, don't let your friends know how much Bitcoin you own because you know where that goes. When Jeb said that, I was laughing so hard. Yep. Yeah, you know exactly where that goes. Miner Hook also made a very good point, and something that I will go ahead and mention. Jeb, I would go ahead and read what he said. Jeb, I would also mention that anyone sending viewers email is Jeb. It's a scam. About 15 users have been hit this week, another 12 Bitcoin stolen. Let me acknowledge this first because Mad and Cracked has just subscribed to the channel, and so has Hans Alexander Cientifico Teorico. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Tell me if I did. I'm really interested. But Miner Hook did make a very good point, and that is that people will impersonate YouTubers and send out emails posing as them. There was someone sending people emails under the username, under the email cryptojeb0@gmail.com. That's a scam. If you are getting emails, if you're getting emails from a YouTuber and you have any question about whether or not that YouTuber is legit, first of all, there's certain things that scammers are going to do. For example, they're going to ask you for personal information. That's a scam. Second of all, if you have any questions as to whether, for example, I'm legit or another YouTuber is legit, it's very easy for a YouTuber to prove who they are. They can send you screenshots of their analytics. They can send you screenshots of sales numbers. They can send you... I mean, there's so many different ways that a YouTuber can prove who they are. If you have any question about whether or not something is legit, ask them. Don't care if they get offended. I'm not going to name names, but I had a YouTuber message me wanted to collaborate on something, and honestly, it was kind of suspect, and I wasn't very convinced it was the real them. So I asked them if they were legit and if I could have some proof that I was talking to the real person, because this was a rather large channel. And the person got offended at me, and they tried to use that as leverage in the conversation. Like, you know what? I'm done here. I don't care. I don't need you. But if you're ever concerned or curious as to whether or not someone is legit, get them to confirm it for you. We also had Matthew Aljanich subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Let's catch up on chat here for a little bit. Hey Jeb, do you see any chart patterns that could be playing out like topping patterns? One thing I have seen, and I'll go ahead and mention to you, is that Bitcoin looks like it's in a little short-term head and shoulders pattern. I'll be honest with you, it's a very ugly head and shoulders pattern, but it could be something. I'm not going to put any weight on this, but it's something you might want to be aware of. One other thing is we have a downtrend right here, and we have a bit of an uptrend right here. One of the other reasons I wanted to live stream today is because we may see a breakout of this relatively soon, and in fact, we may see a breakout of this in the next few minutes. We'll see what happens. Keep an eye out for that. There was also one other thing I wanted to mention, and I don't remember where it was. It'll be on my other chart. Well, one, of course, would be the kind of bull flag that we're looking at here. Let's look at Bitstamp BTC USD. If you go out here to the 1 minute chart, and we zoom out a little bit, we can get rid of this, and we can also see that Bitcoin is in kind of a expanding bull flag right here. So I'd keep an eye on that as well. Let's see. Let me go ahead and catch up on chat. Nathan Julian has just donated 2 Canadian US dollars. Thank you very much, Nathan Julian. Thank you very much. Let me go ahead and answer some messages. Actually, guys, I'm going to go on break. I'll be right back. Give me just a few minutes to get some things figured out. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. How are you guys doing? I'm going to go ahead and mute myself real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just getting some stuff figured out. I'm going to go ahead and cut communications there to that. Perfect. Okay, Deja, give me 1 second. All right, guys, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and catch up on the chart here. Christian Zeldin says, Jeb, you suck, bruh. No, you. No, you. Anyway, 2D said, I subscribed a while ago. I think maybe need another 24 hours. Commercial break. Got the popcorn in the microwave. Yeah, totally. That's what I was doing. It totally wasn't getting a guest for us. We're going to be introducing a friend of mine who knows absolutely nothing about cryptocurrency, and we're going to see if we can convert her to being a cryptocurrency, a fan of cryptocurrency real quick. Let me see what she has to say real quick. Alright guys, so I want to introduce you to a friend of mine named Deja. She is a close personal friend of mine, and I want to bring her on for a few minutes and see if we could convert her. Guys, I want you in the chat to tell me anything that you want to tell her. What would you say to a person who is newer to the cryptocurrency space like Deja? We've got 300 people here. What do you guys have to say? Deja, everything you say is going to be heard by a very, very, very large audience. Don't get nervous or anything. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah. Hi, I'm Deja. Talking on a live stream. Yeah.
Yeah, so Deja, how much do you know about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market?
Wait, what was that?
I said, Deja, how much do you know about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets?
It's online money. That's as far as I know.
It takes all of your money?
It's online money.
It's online money. I was gonna say. So I was hoping that you said it takes all of your money because you were an investor in the cryptocurrency space. So how much Bitcoin do you have?
None.
None? Okay, I have a question for you. Also, would you like to invest in Bitcoin in the future?
Maybe. It sounds pretty interesting. It sounds very effective. So.
Okay.
Maybe sometime in the future.
Okay, cool. Guys, I want you to ask any questions you have for Deja, and I will ask them to her. She's not going to be able to stick around for very long because we, of course, have to get back to our technical analysis, and she has to get off to Walmart. But as she said, Bitcoin is online money. It's funny money. Yes. Deja, I have the
Is
first...
that right?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do I have any questions just yet? Let's let chat catch up. Um, is this Deja Morgan? No, it's not. I'm not even sure who that is. Bitcoin has performed better than any conventional stock market asset in 2019. If you have money, invest and sit on it. Give it about another 10 seconds, and we're probably going to see some questions come through here in the chat. Is there anything you would like to say? Is there anything that you would like to say to the audience, Deja?
Not that I can think of. Like, you guys. Oh wait, there's one thing. You guys are awesome. You guys are really, really awesome.
You guys are awesome, she said. That's so sweet. Thank you, Deja.
You're welcome.
Deja, learn a little bit about the technology, just the basics, she says. Will you get the Walmart coin? I'm not personally going to get the Walmart coin, I don't think. Someone says, take all of her savings and put it into Bitcoin. Someone asked, is she my girlfriend? No, she is not my girlfriend. She's a friend, guys. Would you stop making jokes about that? Is online money going... It's online money that's going to be a debit card soon, she said. Crypto Gem, on your 4-hourly chart, where you have your downtrend line, the first line at the top round. Mention that again after we're done with this, and then we'll go ahead and look at that. You must diversify and think about your retirement. There won't be any money left for retirees by the time you reach my age, which is 67. Agreed. Why doesn't Deja own Bitcoin? Guys, I'm trying to convert Deja to Bitcoin. That's why I want you guys to tell us some stuff.
Hey, I need your guys' help. We need the audience to help.
Someone from the audience... Guys, I need someone from the audience to help Deja get into cryptocurrency. Does anyone have any advice for her? Maybe I'll give her some before she heads out. Todd Mullis donated $1.99, and, no. Absolutely not. Guys, cool your jets, seriously.
Oh, golly.
Someone just said... Do you want to hear something funny, Deja?
Yes, I do want to hear something funny.
Someone said, Jeff... Is she your potential girlfriend? Deja, would you like to tell them about your boyfriend? Who's a close personal friend of mine?
I have a boyfriend. He's an electrical and a mechanical engineer in college.
Yes, he is. He's very, yep. Angel LD 1120 also donated. He said, with $2, said, face reveal, Jeb. Guys, there is going to be a face reveal in the future. We're not going to do it just yet, though. Probably later on this year. I'm not going to do any stuff on that. Some people are talking about Bitcoin. They said, buy Bitcoin now before it's 50K. The Brookalinos is giving you some information. It says blockchain, which Bitcoin is based off of, is an online ledger proof of ownership for not only Bitcoin, but many things good for research. Basically, what he's saying there is that Bitcoin is based off of something called a blockchain. So, Deja, let me give you an example of this. Let's say there are 4 of our friends. You got me, you, Caleb, and say Shannon. And each of us has a list. And on that list... Every single time one of us does a transaction between each other, then we all write down that transaction with the amount, the time, and other metadata on that information on each one of our ledgers. And then let's also say that, let's say Shannon says that something happened on a transaction, but the other 3 of us say that, no, this happened with the transaction. Then you would use a democratic system and say, well, the majority of people say this is the way the transaction happened, so that's the way the transaction happened. Shannon's wrong. We proved him wrong because 3 of our ledgers say that.
Okay.
So there you go. You now have a crash course in Bitcoin.
I'm learning. This is so great.
You are learning. It's amazing. Okay, guys, Caleb. Hang on one second. We're having some technical difficulties. Yes, and I had to mute you guys because your microphone is absolutely terrible. Caleb and Deja, I think we're going to have to call you back a little bit later when you potentially have a better microphone. Caleb, I'm not sure what you were doing there. I can't hear you because I had to mute you for the stream, but that was very, very loud. Anyway, guys, I am going to go ahead and hang up. I can't hear you right now. I do apologize. We're going to keep the stream going. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night, guys. Alrighty. So, cool beans. I do apologize for the really loud noise. I'm not sure what that was. They were on their phones. Anyway, guys, I figured I'd go ahead and throw one of my friends in here on the live streaming. Hear what they had to say about Bitcoin. Talk to them about Bitcoin. I want to start having people on the stream. Maybe some of you guys can call in the future. Maybe I'll have some of you guys on. That'd be really cool to do in the future. Eric says, if you divide the amount of Bitcoin available by the world population, not enough. Scarcity, you're right. There's only 21 million Bitcoin ever going to be mined. Probably 17 million of that will even be in existence at the very most when the last one of those Bitcoins is mined around 2140. So the fact is, everybody can't have one Bitcoin. If you have one Bitcoin, you're going to be very, very well off, in my humble opinion. The Brooklino is a long-term fan of ours who is almost always in the stream. Says, hey, Jeb, just arrived. Sorry if you already covered it, but someone said may dip to 11.4, but likely keep going up. Finally back in at 11.70, 11.780, hoping not to miss 12.5. Your thoughts? I will definitely give you my thoughts because that's pretty much the position I'm in right now. This morning, I did go ahead and open a long position at around $11,750 with 5x leverage on. I'm not looking to sell that until many thousands of dollars higher than now. I'll go ahead and show you the math on that and why that's such a good trade in my opinion. But if Bitcoin does go down to 11.4, that's where my stop loss is. The reasons why I'm not totally sure why people are calling 11.4 a major level of resistance. I will show you something on the VPVR. Because if I remember correctly, 11.4 does show up here. We do have a little bit of a spike there if we zoom all the way out. There should be a little bit of a spike here at 11.4 right there. The VPVR is a very powerful indicator. I do highly recommend you guys study up on that. There will be a video on the VPVR going to the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. If you guys are interested in that, like I said, that coupon code is going to be running for the rest of today. Stop ignoring me, Bay. Says Caleb Builds 3D. I don't know who that guy is. I'm not sure who that fella is. Guys, go check out Caleb Builds 3D on YouTube if you have any interest in 3D printing. It's really cool. He and I went to a 3D printing conference around July. I want to say it was like the last part of June last year. Really good fun. Had a whole lot of fun up there. I actually found some Bitcoin, some like 3D printed Bitcoins. I tried to buy it from the guy, but it wasn't for sale. I may post a picture of that after the live stream is over if you guys will remind me. Caleb, I'm not going to call you right now because I am in the middle of a live stream and your microphone was messing with me. Let's see. Cryptocurrency is the future of money. I completely agree. Woohoo! Thanks, Jeb. Maybe my crypto karma is over. I think we're doing well right now, Brooklino, but to be totally honest, we might not at the same time. Bitcoin is testing a major downtrend of resistance at the moment, and if Bitcoin does reject off of it, then that's okay. We just have to be ready for that and make the trade a little bit later. It just means that we're not there. Caleb, I ignored your phone call because your microphone sounded like a cat getting run over by a tractor, and I didn't want that on my live stream, dude. Jeff has to be the whitest friend names ever. Well, you know what's funny? I only have one friend named Jeff, and he's Hispanic. Hey Jeff, on your hey Jeb, I'm calling myself Jeff now. On your 4-hour chart, where you have your downtrend line with the first top around 13.8 and then a second top around 13.2 at a resistance at 11.650. All right, let's go ahead and do that. 11.650 right there. Yeah, this is one of the levels I've been looking at. It's kind of close to this this VPVR level up here that I wanted to bring to your attention. But at the same time, I'm getting spammed. Let me go ahead and mute my phone so that my messages aren't going off. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, guys. Anyway, guys. Wait, Jeff Hispanic, California, works construction, cooks food. My name is Jeff. No, he lives in Florida. He's a mechanic. And, yeah, he doesn't live in California. Because you experience some technical... yeah, because you experience... I want a 3D printed Lambo. I want a 3D printed Lambo also, Caleb. Get on that. Alrighty, guys. Also, by the way, let's get a round of applause for Deja. I think she learned a lot about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency there. Hopefully we can get her and Caleb on and some of my other friends on, and we can like have a segment where I indoctrinate my friends into spreading the gospel of Bitcoin and joining the cryptocurrency market. Maybe you guys can help me convince them to buy Bitcoin. I'd like to hear that. We're getting close to the end of that triangle form. Yeah, let's go ahead and zoom back in here to shorter term intervals because that triangle I drew a little bit earlier is getting very close to completing. I'm not sure if you're talking about a shorter term one or a longer term one, but there is one right here that I've been keeping an eye on. We'll keep the minute chart up here for a little while, so just in case anything happens. Someone said, Caleb said, message me details on how you want it. If you guys want a 3D printed Lamborghini, I have a feeling Caleb, my friend over here, the engineer, can hook you up. You can get technical specs from a dude in Colorado if you Google it. A guy already started a 3D print of one, and it's street legal. I wish I had have gotten that when I was in Colorado. Caleb says, can't indoctrinate me. I just can't buy because I'm broke. And Sarah says, hi. Well, Caleb, maybe you wouldn't be broke if you bought Bitcoin, man. You know about Bitcoin. You need to get in on that stuff. Sarah says, hi also. Hello, Sarah. How about stellar lumens? We can look at lumens here for a second. Lumens is just on that downwards facing lumens, guys. The same way as Doge. Not looking great. I know someone earlier said that they had a big position in lumens in XLM here. Hopefully it's not too big of a position because lumens ain't looking good right now. I haven't been keeping up with the development of lumens, so tell me if there's anything crazy going on with lumens. I remember this, this triangle pattern over here. I was going to make a trade on this, and then I just missed it. It was a couple weeks out, and I didn't get to catch it. But ever since the November of last year, lumens has just been doing really, really bad. We're definitely overbought. If you guys are looking to get into cryptocurrency, if you're looking to get into lumens, you got a good deal right now. It's just a matter of whether or not that good deal is actually going to materialize into a profitable deal. It being oversold does indicate that it's a good time to buy, but if it just crashes, that's not going to help a whole lot. Bye, Caleb. I hope you guys have a good time. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, I want to go ahead and encourage you to smash that like button. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes. And also, let's see if we can get to like 400 viewers, guys. I want you to go grab like your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your dog, your grandma, the goat that lives next door. I want you to grab everybody and come join us here on the live stream. Let's see if we can get to 400 viewers. We had a live stream hit 900 viewers about a month ago. That was insane. Really, really enjoy talking to you guys. I hope you guys are also enjoying the live stream. Tell us in the comment section down below what you're thinking. And also, guys, if you want to support the channel, there's a few ways you can do that. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's that little red button. Like I said, guys, I promise you I won't charge you for that like button or for the subscribe button. Hit that. And if you are also already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell because sometimes YouTube doesn't tell you that new videos have come out. So that's the only way you can be guaranteed that you'll catch live streams and videos. Miner Huck says, yes, buy Bitcoin, lol. I completely agree, especially on the lol part. Let's see. I bought a bunch of ETH. Did I make a mistake, Jeb? Let's look at the I can speak. Let's look at the Ethereum chart here. I haven't been keeping up too much with Ethereum. I'm mainly focused on my Bitcoin trades right now. You guys may not know this about me, but I don't like doing 20 trades a day. I like doing a few trades a week and really just making sure that they're nailed in, they're on some margin, they're profitable and safe. That's the way I like doing it. I don't need to go and just make a billion trades. I don't need to do that. I can make a few trades that are pretty profitable. They've been set up well. They've been planned, and I don't need to day trade. People do that and they make a ton of money. Don't get me wrong. There are people in the Discord server that make millions, literally millions doing that. You mentioned that you just bought some Ethereum. I'm actually really liking the way the Ethereum over US dollar chart looks right now. We just broke the 20 daily exponential moving average. That's a big deal. We got bullishness here. RSI is facing upwards. It bounced off of this uptrending level of support that I was looking at a few days ago. I'm liking Ethereum over US dollars. We'll look at Bitcoin here in a second because I have a very strong feeling that Ethereum is down on the US dollar comparative right now. But as far as the US dollar consideration is concerned, if you're focusing on that, then definitely I think it's a good trade at the moment. I need to look at it a little bit longer. I need to do some more technical analysis on it to give you a really good answer on that, but off the top of my head, it looks like it's okay. Make sure you have a tight stop loss. If you're looking for a stop loss on the US dollar chart, you'd probably want to have it somewhere down here around $170 to $190 below this uptrend. And let's look at the Ethereum BTC chart. That's not looking as good. I'm not a fan of this, and I'll tell you exactly why. I've been watching this level of support right here. Ethereum set it over here, reconfirmed it, reconfirmed it, reconfirmed it, and then we broke through it about a month ago. I remember that happening. It was back at the beginning of July. Not really happy about that. It is facing down right now. We're in a very clear downtrend. This is why I've been talking about on CoinMarketCap about Bitcoin dominance trading up here close to 70%. That might go all the way up to like 75, 80% before it starts to correct, guys. But when it does, the altcoins are going to do really well. There's money to be made in the altcoins on Bitcoin, on the US dollar comparative, but the opportunity cost is the fact that the Bitcoin charts are pretty much all looking bad. Not happy about it. So we'll see how that plays out. And hi, Sarah. I realize you were a friend, but if you keep spamming, I'm going to have to put even you in timeout. And I don't want to do that. But nevertheless... Oh, sorry, Sarah. I'm really happy that I got to do that. That's payback for when you were making fun of me like a year ago. I need a short coin buzzer, so when someone requests a short coin analysis, you can say, meh. Guys, one thing I do want to get is a stream deck, so I can just be pressing buttons and be like, wow, or like, boom, whoa. I need that. Eddie Santos, I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly, E-U-D-Y. Eddie? I'm just going to say Eddie. Eddie Santos has just subscribed to the channel. Welcome to the channel, my friend Eddie. Guys, if you want your name to appear in lights and you want your 15 seconds of fame, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can also hit that donation button below the chat box, and you can add a little bit of a donation, help to keep the business running. We do have employees that we have to pay. We do have expenses. So there you go. If you want to support the channel, you can do it that way. Welcome to the channel, Eddie. I won't touch ETH until ETH finds a Bitcoin bottom. Exactly the same concept with me. I'm not touching ETH until it finds a bottom on this chart. I was hoping that it'd be this level at 2.5 million Satoshis. Not happy about it right now. Really not happy that it broke that support. We'll see what happens. In before Owen Wilson. Wow. Exactly. We need We need the memes, guys. I don't know about you. I am a connoisseur of memes. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Well, if we hit 200 memes, then I may have to delete your Fortnite account. Jeb, can you discuss more on this breakout you mentioned prior? Yes, we can. Let's go ahead back to the BTC USD chart over here on Bitstamp, because I'm just really laughing I'm really laughing about that. I don't know if you guys are still watching, but in your face, Sarah. Anyway, on the minute chart here, Bitcoin is trading completely sideways. But nevertheless, let's see who that was. We had S. Brody subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the channel, S. Brody. If you guys want your name in lights, make sure you do that. Sometimes when you subscribe, that's not going to pop up. That's been happening. If that happens, tell me in the comment section, in the chat box, and I will go ahead and give you a shout out personally. Anyway, as far as breakout, there's a few breakouts that I'm looking for. I'm looking for one here on the minute chart. We have this consolidation pattern, and we do see that this is probably going to have a breakout in some direction in the next couple of hours. We'll see what happens here. I'm inclined to say it's going to break to the upside, but this can really go either way. And the way that this breaks out is going to have an impact on the hourly chart, and that's going to have an impact on the daily chart. If Bitcoin breaks bearish here, then Bitcoin's probably headed down. We might break this 20 EMA on the hourly, and we may continue to move lower. Wouldn't be happy about that. It might mean that we're not going to break this downtrend yet. But guys, the trade that I'm looking for right now is for Bitcoin to break this downtrend of resistance, because as I've said in other videos, excuse me, that is one of the first confirmations I'm looking for. I'm looking for Bitcoin to break this downtrend of resistance right here, and then break this level at 13.2, and then break this level up here at at 13.8. Those are three confirmations that I'm looking for. After we see those confirmations, at each one of them, I'm going to be putting a trade in. I've already got my first trade. I'm probably going to close it for tonight so that I don't have a trade sitting on the books so close to the stop loss overnight. I don't like having that happen, but we'll see what happens in the morning. I've never seen this odd plateau on the minute chart, Coinbase Trading View. I've seen it a lot, guys. If you look at the minute chart, that happens quite often, actually. I mean, I say quite often. It probably happens once or twice a day on some chart somewhere. But it doesn't happen a whole lot. As you can see, I can't find a good example of it. But if you zoom in here and look around, you're going to see some of that. It's just because the bulls and the bears are just deadlocked right now. What he's talking about is this over here. And see, now we're moving to the downside. Hopefully this doesn't develop into something major. But we did have kind of a deadlock right there. Pump after daily close in 5 minutes. Maybe. We're going to see. I like that candlestick's about to close bullish. You did just mention that we're about to have a daily candlestick close. That does close at midnight UTC. Right now, I'm live streaming in UTC -4, which is also known as Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to have this green candlestick close. We're going to have 7 green in a row. Very happy about that. Hopefully we can have 8 green in a row also, and we'll have that breakout. Jeb, can you go over how to trade if it breaks lower? What would the setup look like? We can do that. Is your Discord invite expired? It always says invalid when I try to join. That's interesting, Uber Computers. I've never had anyone report that as a problem. Shoot me an email and I'll get you a custom invite set up for that. How about that? I'll do that after the stream. Someone was talking about how we'd set up a fail rally trade here. Essentially, if Bitcoin rallies up here to this downtrend and it does break bearish, there's a couple things you can do here. You can short it. I would personally just hold off and look for a bottom and then long down there and then make the same trade that I'm doing later on. I'm not a big fan of trying to short this market because it's not as clear where the levels of support and resistance are if you're making a short position, if you're making a short trade. That being said, there are a few ways you can do it. One way would have to do with the 20 EMA here. If Bitcoin breaks below this, we're probably going back into a medium-term downtrend, and the next few days will be bearish. If that happens, you can put a short position down here below the 20 EMA, and then as Bitcoin falls, you'll be making money at the same time. Keep in mind that Bitcoin might not crash. Below that, we may come down here and test support on this level. So if we do, you don't want to be opening a short position too early. That's why I'm not a big fan of shorting this market right now, even if it does go down to the downside. Someone asked, Jeb, did that mean that you would sell tonight so that you don't sleep so close to a stop loss? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. And right now, Bitcoin is trading almost exactly at, and honestly, it's probably like 0.25% in profit where I bought this morning. So I'm not too concerned about closing it. I'll lose the trading fee, but the trading fee is marginal. I'm not concerned about that. I'm more concerned about making sure that I don't trigger a stop loss when I don't need to, because it is about a 4% stop loss. If we do the math here, I opened it right here. Down here, it's about a 3.5% stop loss, actually. So I don't want to lose 3.5%, especially on a 5x margin trade. I'll be keeping an eye on that later on tonight. If it looks like Bitcoin isn't going to have a breakout during this live stream, then I will be going ahead and closing that. Let's see. Daily close in 5 minutes. Yep, guys, the daily candlestick has just closed. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. As you can see, we did close bullish, and Bitcoin did set a very, very bullish wick. A very bullish candlestick here, the largest green candlestick that we've seen in a while. That started last night and has gone through today. Very happy about that, guys. I'm really looking forward to the future on Bitcoin. I'm feeling very bullish on Bitcoin. You guys know that. That's not a surprise to any of you. Let's see. I wanna ask you guys a question. What question shall I ask you guys? How about this? Which one of you guys saw the live stream yesterday? Tell me in the chat if you guys were here for the live stream yesterday, because I have a question specifically to ask you guys who were. Huh. Let me go ahead and mute myself and blow my nose here for a second, guys. Alright, guys, we are back. I've cleared my throat, and I can continue to speak. Zachary Tracy says, I was here yesterday. Maphalis says, I was here yesterday. It closed 5 minutes ago. Yes, it did close just a little while ago. Hey, Jeb, are we in the green too many days in a row? Sergio Hernandez says, that is a very good question, and that's one of the things I actually want to mention. That's why I brought that up, is because Bitcoin has been green for 7 days. Not very often are you going to see 8 green in a row. So I am kind of concerned about that. I don't want to see Bitcoin have a crash because of that, and then maybe in a long position, which is one of the reasons I'm going to be closing that for tonight, because I'm not as confident on it as I want to be. I wanted to enter that position around 12.2. I went ahead and entered it today just so I wouldn't miss it. By the way, we did see Pascal de Vriend join the live stream. Guys, especially if you have a really complicated name, join the channel by hitting that subscribe button. And let's just see if I can pronounce your name. I like trying to pronounce names that are foreign to me. I really enjoy that. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Pascal de Vriend. Let's see. Pascal de Vriend. That might just be a misspelling of friend, and I may just be trying to put a pronunciation on something that doesn't need to be there. Anyway, the reason I was actually asking you guys if you were here during yesterday's live stream is because I wanted to ask you guys what you thought of the story time as we were discussing some things. I like talking about things that have to do with things other than Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and I also like talking about things, for example, like business, success, personal finance, spooky stuff, you know, I like talking about these other things too, and I'd be interested to hear if you guys want to hear some stories that I could tell you. And so this is not just us talking about cryptocurrency, because we can talk about cryptocurrency all day long, but right now we're going to continue doing that because it looks like Bitcoin is moving at least a little bit. Let's go ahead and see here. We did have a couple more people join the chat, and I will have to get to that in a second. That's exactly why I was concerned. I'm going to go ahead and open Kraken on my other exchange real quick and close that. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I was concerned. No. No. Where's my trade? Hang on one second, guys. I got to get my trade and close that. It's not down very much, but I do want to go ahead and close that out. I had a bad feeling that was going to happen. I'm not funny. I'm going to wait for just a second and see if this bounces. Trades. Let's go ahead and do new order. Orders. Oh, actually, it looks like it may have... You know what I did, guys? I did set that. I thought it went ahead and executed. I didn't. The trade actually didn't go through, so I didn't lose any money there. Okay. Well, Bitcoin's looking pretty volatile right now. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to close that. Looks like when I set it up, it did actually go through the way I wanted it to. So it hadn't actually bought yet. It was set at 12.1. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not complaining. Anyway, let's get back to the live stream. Sorry about that. I had to go check my stuff. If you haven't noticed, the chart is moving, so you want to keep that in mind. Hold your nerve. I am holding my nerve. I just want to go ahead and stop myself at a very small trade. Literally closed my trade 2 minutes ago. It is bouncing, guys, a little bit, although I'm not happy with this. This is looking relatively bearish. This is what I was saying. This consolidation pattern right here, this is why I wanted to bring this up and keep an eye on this. The tree story was cool. I do want to give you guys some more stories. Let's go ahead and catch up. We had Sunny B11D. That is a great name, my friend. Joined the channel with a subscription. We also had Alexandre Santos subscribe to the channel just a little while ago. And my dog wants my attention. Also, Jackie, if you subscribe to the channel, then maybe, just maybe, I'll give you a shout out on stream, okay, puppy? Okay, I made a mistake. I gave her attention. Now she wants all of mine. Yeah, let's see here. Let's keep an eye on this minute chart. Emotions kill. They do kill, but you also want to make sure you're executing a plan. And I had a plan that if it looked like Bitcoin was going to crash, then I was going to stop myself out immediately and then get back in the trade after I'm confirmed that a breakout happened. I actually got into the trade a little earlier than I wanted to. And in fact, I didn't because it turned out the trade hadn't executed yet, which means I didn't actually lose any money. But I am happy about that. WTF just happened to Bitcoin. Looks like Bitcoin is just having a little bit of volatility right now, guys. It's nothing to get stressed out about. It was volatile enough that I decided to go ahead and pull my position and wait for the bullish breakout if it comes. Like I said, guys, it's not guaranteed that Bitcoin's going to break bullish here. And if it doesn't, that's fine, because honestly, you shouldn't be in your trade just yet anyway if you're following what I'm doing. That doesn't mean you have to follow what I'm doing, but if you're doing what I'm doing, you shouldn't be in it just yet anyway. The tree story was cool. A good time to buy right now. I'd wait for the breakout. John said, damn, I just lost 4.6 thousand because I followed your Bitcoin trade, Jeb. You owe me that money. Here's my Bitcoin address. No, I don't owe you anything. Well, that's a funny joke. I mentioned to you guys to wait for the bullish breakout. If you didn't wait for the bullish breakout, you know, I know you're kidding, John. I know you are. I could tell. Let's see. Someone else just subscribed to the channel. If you want your name in the lights, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Peckham08 has just subscribed to the channel. Welcome to the channel, Peckham. Let's see here. Also, guys, I do just want to plug the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy very briefly. If any of you guys are interested in learning about cryptocurrency technical analysis, there's about 12 hours left on a $40 off sale over here. We've had a lot of people join the course. If any of you guys are in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, tell people in the chat what you think. Do you like CT2A? Do you not? Do you enjoy the content in there? Do you think it's worth it? I'm interested to hear your take on it because I don't want to just tell people that the course is good. I want people who have gone through it to let them know as well so that people can have a balanced view. It really does help when you guys join CT2A because what that does is that helps to fund the business. The vast majority of the income that keeps the channel running does not come from ad revenue because ads, even though they pay well for cryptocurrency, they don't pay a whole lot. The course is what keeps the channel running. So if you guys do want to learn about TA, check the link in the description down below. Let's see here. That's not even a real BTC address. Yeah, that's how I knew he was joking, because it wasn't long enough to be a real Bitcoin address. I can't remember if it was live or recorded. I think it was yesterday I shared. No, I missed the story time. Stories and experience are great because they help us to know that we're not the only ones. Yeah, yesterday I told a story about how I almost died with a tree falling on me. It was really, I was talking about change. Would you guys like me to tell the story again? How many of you guys were here during yesterday's live stream? Something's wrong here. It didn't come down. We have some whale war, apparently. Guys, what it is I want to be clear here, because people think that what's going on here is a whale war. This is not a whale war. What's going on here is that there's very low volume. There's very low order density on the books. There's just not a lot of orders on the books. So the market's able to move $100 back and forth very quickly. And that's not because whales are buying and selling tens of millions of dollars of Bitcoin. That's just because there's not much money on the books. And people are able to move the market very quickly because there's not much money on the books. They're able to clear the order books very quickly. And when the order books have been cleared, it takes a while for them to regenerate. So after you see a little bit of a crash like this, then it's easy for the market to bounce around like several $100s that quickly as it just did. Hang on one second, guys. Sorry about that. I had something weird going on in my head. It sounded a little weird. Hi, Jeb. Can you pronounce my name? Jean-Francis Boixot. Is that correct? Told you that plateau was abnormal. It was abnormal. I didn't really mention it. I thought about it. But a lot of times when this happens, a little plateau like this, the reason that's happening is either because there's just nothing happening on the chart. It's a dead coin. Or since Bitcoin's not a dead coin, normally it means that there's a deadlock between the bulls and the bears, and there's two very large buy and sell walls. I saw that earlier over here on the right. I'll go ahead and drag this out so you can see. Actually, I'll just go ahead and switch real quick so you guys can see it. Over here, there was a very large buy and sell wall here for a little while. That's been broken down now, and there's not as large of buy and sell walls, so it's not... We kind of broke through a lot of that. That's where a lot of that came from. Someone with a very hard name to pronounce has just subscribed. Our friend D has joined the channel. I'm not sure, but that may have been the hardest name I've ever had to pronounce. D, welcome to the channel. We're more than 200 likes. We are more than 200 likes. Jean-Francis Boixot. How do you? I'm not sure how I pronounce the last part. Francois. Or is it Francis or Francois? I'm not sure. I think it's Francis. Boixot. I remember one time. This is a story I told on myself yesterday. Also, I was out with a friend of mine, a Hispanic friend of mine named Alex, and he speaks very fluent Spanish. Of course, that's the language they spoke in his home. And I don't know a whole lot about Spanish, but I do try to pronounce Spanish. So I went ahead and pronounced the full name of Pablo Picasso. And if you guys don't know, Pablo Picasso had about 13 middle names. And I looked at him and I said, Alex, I need you to tell me if I'm pronouncing Pablo Picasso's full name correctly. So I went ahead and I said to him, Pablo Diego Jose Francisco de Paula Juan de Pomoceno Maria de los Rimino Cipriano de los Santísimo Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso. And I asked him if I butchered that or not. And he said I nailed it. And I was so happy, guys. I said Pablo Picasso's full name correctly. And if you're wondering... That is his full name. You can check his Wikipedia page, because, of course, he has a Wikipedia page. Let's see. Just imagine when people come into the real market versus the over-the-counter market. Very close. Jean-Francois Bichot. Jean-Francois Bichot. Okay, I never would have gotten the last one. Jean-Francois Bichot. I don't have any idea how you're supposed to pronounce an X in French. Can you pronounce my name? Meh Gandu Ai. Ah. Haha, I see what you did there. Meh Gandu Ha. I'm Gandhi. Ha. That's what that says. Anyway, guys, let's see here. What do we want to talk about? Guys, the floor is yours. What concepts would you guys like to discuss? What technical analysis would you like to look at? I'm curious. Miner Huck, who's been in the stream for a little while, said other online reputable sources are reporting $20,000 Bitcoin very soon. I think that we're probably going to see a 20K Bitcoin by the end of this year. At least I think there's a good chance of it. I'm not sure if it's greater than 50%, but it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Bitcoin's been very bullish this year. Another $9,000 move to the upside. That's very possible. Francois. Here, I can speak in French for you, John. Et-tu journée? You know, I saw a meme earlier, and I actually downloaded this meme, so I'll go ahead and show you guys. Go ahead and pull that off screen. That's all of the business documents. Let me see if I can find this meme for you. I think I downloaded it on my computer. It may have been on my phone. If not, I'll have to find it. It was very funny. What about pronunciation? Yes. I need to find this meme. This was so funny, guys. Here we go. Here we go. This was the meme I want to show you. I saw this on Facebook. Can someone just explain French to me? It's Spanish, but you speak it in cursive. You... You have 11 letters. You pronounce 4 of them. It keeps getting better. Learn to speak Spanish. Now learn to speak Italian. Now subtract the Spanish from Italian. You are left with French. Latin, but you make it fashion. Oh, that's funny, guys. Oh, that made me laugh so hard. Hopefully the French audience enjoyed that meme. I was scared a second, but it stabilizes. Yeah, like I said, guys, the reason I went ahead and closed my position there is because I don't like seeing that kind of volatility, and when the live stream is over, I'm going to be unconscious for the next 8 hours until I get up at 6 in the morning. I don't really want to trade writing and relying on the stop loss. I just don't want to do that. I don't see any reason to do it. Testimony Gospel, what is this church? Yes. Yes, this is the Church of Bitcoin. But guys, by the way, if you are enjoying the live stream, I'm going to go ahead and go to, be right back real quick, because I think I just brought up one of my financial statements. I did. Caught it right before it went up. Perfect. Actually, it wasn't anything. It was just a login screen for my ledger. There wasn't anything there. Didn't want that flashing on screen if it was private, though. Anyway, guys, let's see if we can get to 250 likes. We're already at 211. If a couple of you guys go ahead and do that, then we will go ahead and get there. Miner Huck says, I don't like freedom fries. I don't like French fries. I prefer freedom fries. I won't say crepes. And I don't like soaked sandwiches and sauce. Well, you know, I like Belgium fries because that's where those are actually from. France takes all the credit for one of the greatest inventions known to man. But actually, they were discovered in Belgium during the First World War. Piece of trivia for you. Let's see. Very funny, Jeb, says Jean. I sense very strong sarcasm in that. I sense very strong sarcasm in that. But to be totally honest, that is pretty much what it is. It's Spanish spoken in cursive. God, guys, that cracked me up. Man, that was funny. Peter Parker asks, should I buy the class? Peter, I'll be quite honest with you. I think it's a good option to buy the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. The entire point of investing and trading in cryptocurrency is to make the most out of the time that you have and to invest and get returns. If you invest your time and money into an education so that you can then learn about cryptocurrency and then profit and trade in that cryptocurrency market, then I think that's personally an investment that is worthwhile. That's a decision you have to make for yourself. If you're interested, hopefully some people who have already gone through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy can tell you in the comment section and in the chat what they think of CT2A, so you don't have to just take my word for it. I will say this, if you don't like CT2A, there is a refund policy. You can check that out on the refund policy page, linked just at the bottom of the TA Academy right here. That is the back end, actually. Let's go ahead and go to the course curriculum. That was the admin panel there. Down here at the bottom on any page, not this page, but on the sales page there at the bottom of that one, there will be a link to the refund policy so you can check out what that has to offer right down here. If we bring this up right down there, you click that. Anyway, let's catch up on chat. Biff Bifford says, Bitcoin needs better marketing. So many people don't buy Bitcoin because they say they can't afford so. etching that costs over 14,000. They don't know they can buy fractions of a Bitcoin. A lot of people don't realize that. You're right, and Bitcoin does need better marketing. One of the drawbacks, of decentralization with Bitcoin is that there's no central advertising agency to work on the market. There's no one to promote Bitcoin. And because of that, the marketing for Bitcoin is kind of just left up to the news and the people, frankly, like me, who are promoting Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, which is one of the reasons why I want to grow the channel, is because YouTube is honestly one of the places that a lot of the people that come into cryptocurrency, they come into it from YouTube. That's where I got into cryptocurrency. I saw a video on July 31st of 2017 by Crypto Nick on Genesis mining, and I clicked it because I want to learn how to make $30,000 a month sitting on my ass, and he was able to do that, so I was like, why can't I do that? So I clicked on the video and I figured out that it was mostly because he was using referral codes, but nevertheless, you know, I think Bitcoin does need better marketing. You're right. Delilah Aminio says, I tried to buy the course last night, but it would take my credit card. I have a feeling you're trying to say wouldn't. Delilah, what I would ask you to do is go ahead and shoot me an email, and we'll try to get that worked out. If you're interested in using PayPal, that's another payment gateway, and also you can pay for the course in Bitcoin. We've had a couple dozen people pay for the course in Bitcoin. We had Eric Villa, who was in the chat just a little while ago, pay for the course in Bitcoin yesterday. So if you want to join them, you can also pay for that in Bitcoin. Shoot me an email, and we'll get that figured out for you. Larry Shepperson says the course is well worth it and very well done. Well, thank you very much. What a wonderful world we live in, says Freddy Fourfinger. I am in Germany speaking to a guy in Chicago, looking at a future currency which will take over the world. Sci-fi, pure fiction. We're living in the future already. Awesome. I was complaining about crap returns. I was complaining about crap returns on investments offshore, and a coworker introduced me to Bitcoin. Awesome. Welcome to the space. It's, you know, Bitcoin has a bright future to it, guys. Bitcoin has a really bright future to it, and we need to stick with it. We need to make sure our investments are here. We need to make sure that we understand how the market is moving. We need to make sure we understand how to trade these markets. We need to make sure we have our investments in it. And if we are faithful, and if we do have, and if we are dedicated to sticking with this and making the most out of the situation, understanding the market, there's so much potential. If we do our job and stick with it, then we're gonna do well. You know, if you stick with something long enough, you're going to see returns. They say that after 10,000 hours of doing something, you become a master. Well, guys, I've probably put over 10,000 hours, into Bitcoin, and I honestly still feel like there's a lot for me to learn, but I am profitable, and I'm happy about that. We did just have someone donate. We had Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious donate $10. Thank you so much for giving me something that I used to love saying when I was younger. If you love the sound of it, it's really kind of atrocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Says bullish, bullish, bullish. That's a lot of hoopla. No? Can I come over? Yes, you can come over. If you can figure out where I live, I will pay you to figure out, to find out how you figure that out, because no one's supposed to know where I live. But thank you so much for having your name be Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Perfect name. Perfect name. Excuse me. Just got Coinbase notifications, BTC BCH scheduled maintenance. That's about an hour late. That's unfortunate, because that went down at 7:30 Eastern Time. I'm going to take a short because of the opportunity of a very tight stop loss, with such tiny loss I can't pass it up. That's a good point. There is a very tight stop loss right now, and that's with the downtrend. You can find that. Someone just asked where I can find my email. If you go to the YouTube channel and you come to the About page here, you will have to be on desktop for this. You can come here for business inquiries, hit view email address. There's my email. It's cryptojeb@gmail.com. There is not another single variation of that is me. Period, full stop. That is the only business email I have and use. If anyone else emails you with something and it's not an exact replica of that, it's not case sensitive, that's not me. Okay? But you can email me there and I will get back to you. Let's go ahead and catch up on chat, guys. I love live streaming, guys. I'm really enjoying this. Delilah said, Jeb, where do I find your email? That, like I just said, that's where you'll find us, cryptojeb@gmail.com, spelled exactly the same as on the channel, just with no space and, ending in @gmail.com. Someone mentioned there's not a lot of analysis going on right now. That's intentional. The reason that there's not a lot of analysis going on is because I want to keep the minute chart up here, and I don't want it to move, because if something starts happening on Bitcoin, it can happen in a matter of 10 seconds, and I don't want to be doing TA out on the longer term charts or on an altcoin chart, and in the time it takes for me to jump over to back to the minute chart, it's already done. I don't want to miss that for you guys. That's why I'm keeping this up. 7 green day candles in a row. Next one will certainly be red. I wouldn't say necessarily that it's certainly going to be red. I'll show you why. If we look here on the daily chart, we did see 8 green in a row not too long ago with the run up here. And if you look back in history, there are sometimes instances where Bitcoin will go for 8 green in a row or longer. But at the same time, it is indicative that we're probably going to have a pullback in the next couple of days. We'll see how that plays out. Yes, that someone was me. I think it was. Let's see. Crypto Turk. That was you, Crypto Turk. Apologies, Crypto Turk. Like I said, I really just don't want to miss a breakout here because Bitcoin's already shown that it's got a lot of volatility in it. He says, still love you, though. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I love you, too. No, you're awesome, as our man Keanu Reeves once said, or as my father mispronounced his name and said Keanu Reeves once. Keanu Reeves took the internet by storm, guys. I'm going to be right back. I got to let the dog out. Okay, apologies for that, guys. I am back. Let's go ahead and not do that. Give me just 1 second. We'll get the stream back up. All right. Let's see. Did anything crazy happen? No, it didn't, luckily. Let's catch up on chat. Breathtaking, Crypto Weeb said. Thank you. I couldn't remember the word he used. Must be a very good piece of it. Let's see. So Bitcoin's going to dump in a few hours, right, but not strong. Not necessarily. Like I said, right now I'm a little less... let the cat out of the bag and the dog out of the house, yes. I'm not necessarily very bullish on Bitcoin for the last couple of hours, which is why I just pulled my trade. We'll see. Found me on a mention by Modern Investor about a month ago. You one of his favorites. Rickley, I didn't know that. Can you link me to the video where he said that? Huh. It's crazy. I'll tell you guys a story. How about this? I have a marketing agency that we work with, but I will get some moving averages out for you. Let's see here. Let's see where we can find some good time frames for moving averages. I was working with them, and they told their boss that they were working with a fellow named Jeb. And he's like, wait a minute, you mean Crypto Jeb? Because they said that he was in cryptocurrency. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but there aren't very many people on planet Earth named Jeb, so it's kind of a unique name. And he's like, wait, you mean Crypto Jeb? I love that guy. So apparently the boss at my marketing agency likes my channel, which I thought was really cool. You know, it's a small world. Crazy to me, guys. Absolutely crazy. Let's see here. Found me in a mention by Modern Investor. That's really cool. Very happy about that. Shout out to the Modern Investor. He's a big channel he's a very big channel in the space. Let's see here. Very big channel. I want to go ahead and see. I completely zoned out. I was reading chat and trying to do TA at the same time. Now that I don't think Bitcoin's going to do anything crazy, I want to see what you guys want to hear, and then we'll go ahead and go ahead and do some TA on whatever you guys would like to see. OMFG, I had to refresh your live stream while watching your ad. Sorry about that. Those get posted automatically. I don't actually even have control over that. Do I think a $5 XRP is possible this bull run? We'll go ahead and talk about that. $5 XRP. You know, anything's possible this bull run. I don't want to rule that out. But man, $5 is a very high margin for XRP. Let's look at the percentage gains. It's going to be around 1,500% off the top of my head. Wow, I was right. Okay, around 1,500%. If XRP were to run that far, that would be spectacular. We thought that XRP's run back over here in December of 2017 was insane. That was only 1,100%. Imagine if you had a 1,500% gain on a 5x leverage. That is insane. That is insane. Oh, you're watching my ad. I thought you were watching another ad. That's really funny. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the ad. I'm going to be recording another one of those tomorrow to get off to Madeline. But a $5 XRP, I'll be honest with you, I think it's in the cards because of what we saw over here. My gut wants to tell me no way in hell that would be possible. My gut wants to say, no, that's not going to happen. But you know what? At the same time, I didn't think that XRP was going to run from 25 cents to $3.50 up here. I wouldn't rule it out. Honestly, it's not a bad idea to get XRP in. It's not a bad idea to get an XRP in many of these other altcoins before we start seeing a lot of movement on them. Because as Chris Frazier just said in the chat, Bitcoin right now is holding a lot. I can type and talk. Bitstamp. I'm trying to get BTC USD. BTC USD. I know how to type. As Chris Frazier just said, Bitcoin dominance really has a stranglehold on the market right now. We're sitting close to 70%. But what that also means is that when that starts going down and Bitcoin starts rallying again, a lot of that money is going to go, excuse me, not when Bitcoin start rallying again, but when the altcoins start rallying again, a lot of that money that's in Bitcoin right now is going to flow into altcoins because people have to use their Bitcoin to buy people have to use their US dollars to buy Bitcoin most of the time, and then they have to use their Bitcoin to buy altcoins. Of course, Bitcoin's going to have a lot of the volume and a lot of the dominance during the beginning of the bull market, but maybe a year from now, that's not going to be necessarily the same way. As long as we keep going up with low volume, you'll keep moving up. Yeah, you know, because if you move up kind of gradually with low volume, it means that you're not really exhausting the bulls too quickly. It's sustainable. That's why the stock market can go up for 10 years in a row, is because, one, it's manipulated, but also, two, because it's moving up more slowly, so it's easier for it to consolidate on the way up instead of having a blow-off top like we had in 2017 and having to have a year bear market to compensate for that. Ripple just needs to be a stable coin, honestly, there for banks and transfer from bank to bank. Exactly. You know, that's not really one of the reasons that that's really one of the reasons I'm not very bullish on XRP, is because its use case doesn't lend it to being a very it just doesn't lend it to being a great investment in my personal opinion. If it were a requirement for those platforms and those processes that Ripple are producing. And by the way, I'm a very big fan of what Ripple, the company, is doing, but Ripple is not the cryptocurrency. XRP is the cryptocurrency, and those two are technically very separate. Ripple, the company, would have you believe that, certainly. They've argued that in front of lawyers and judges many times. We'll see. We will see. He's about to go in and watch, guys. I'm not going in right now. I told you guys I'm not going in until about 12/2. If we break through that, that's when I'll get my long position. I'm going to hold on to that till after 14K. I'm not doing short-term trades right now because the market's pretty volatile. There's not a very clear trend, and honestly, it's just more risky to do shorter-term trades. I like doing swing trades, so that's what I'm looking for right now, is a leveraged swing trade on Bitcoin. Guys, let's see. Would you guys like a story? Let me see if I can think of a story to tell you guys. Let's see. See if I can think of a story. Let us see. Cardano is a lost cause, question mark, slide down from April. You know, Cardano is down like 97% from all-time high. I'm not a fan of ADA. Not at all. Not Jeb, the billionaire dude. Oh, you might be, Elon Musk? I did a story on Elon Musk a little while ago, or I covered a story on Elon Musk. Not sure which billionaire you're talking about. And hey, how do you know I'm not a billionaire? I might be a billionaire. I just didn't tell you. Jeb, you know opticalart.com. He has some very good charts and predictions worth having a look. Opticalart.com is actually a subscriber of mine. Before he started getting in to his own YouTube videos, he was posting his predictions in my comments section. So yeah, I do know who he is, and I have been following his videos. I haven't watched him in a little while, but yeah, I know exactly who he is. He's actually ranked #1 for Bitcoin right now, where he was a few hours ago. As a YouTuber, I do a lot of keyword analysis. And it looks like our stream is actually ranked #2, so, well, or actually #1. So hello to everybody who is joining the stream from there. By the way, since we brought that up, if you're new to the channel and you've never heard my voice before and you've never seen some of these people before, I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button. It's that little rectangular red button that says the words SUBSCRIBE. Hit that, you'll be subscribed to the channel, and every single day when a new video comes out, hopefully in your subscription feed, you will be fed the new videos. We do daily technical analysis and news on the cryptocurrency markets. If you are already subscribed to the channel, I do implore you guys, hit that notification bell. I need to train you guys to join the notification squad because YouTube does not like pushing the videos to the subscription box. This happens to all YouTubers. It's just a very annoying trend. But the reason I came to YouTube was actually because opticalart.com is #2 right now for Bitcoin, behind our live stream, which is pretty fun. I will go ahead and watch a couple of the last videos of his. I haven't been keeping up with all of his videos, but he has made some relatively good predictions. He's made some predictions that didn't really play out, but that happens with everyone. I think he's someone you should definitely check out, though. Definitely check him out. He might be watching this actually. He watches some of the streams sometimes and doesn't comment. Miner Hook, I'm not a fan of air defense artillery. I am a big fan of the Flak 88. Jeb, tell us a story the first time you ever heard of Bitcoin. I will tell you 2 stories because there is, and the notification bell, even though it doesn't let you know. Jeb, you can put an announcement bot that'll announce when you hit the OBS live stream. You're welcome. You know, it should be sending you guys updates and notifications when videos go out anyway. But that's also partially what the Discord server is for and the Twitter account are for. I want to start using those more. Excuse me. Anyway, let's see. Chris Frazier asked for me to tell the story the first time I ever heard of Bitcoin. Guys, let's go ahead and dive into that. Would you guys like to know the first time I heard the word Bitcoin? Because a lot of you are probably thinking that it was longer ago than it was. Than it was. A lot of people, I don't know why, but they assume that I've been in cryptocurrency for like 5, 6, 7 years and maybe in stock markets for 10 or 20 years. I haven't been, guys. I've been in the cryptocurrency market for 2 years. I'll show you exactly where I got into the market. It's been a long 2 years. I've lived and breathed cryptocurrency ever since I first got into it. I have watched these markets pretty much literally every single day since then, but it was only about 2 years ago. I'll show you the exact candlestick when I got into cryptocurrency, teach you guys a little bit about me. Right back over here, this candlestick right here, the 31st of July, 2017. I remember Bitcoin was trading at $2,800. Litecoin was at $41. I bought my first cryptocurrency. It was Litecoin at $41.02. I bought a quarter of a share on August the 1st, 2017. I got into cryptocurrency, and guys, I will tell you something. It was a crazy day. It was a crazy day. The first time I heard of Bitcoin was back in like 2015. I heard of some cop being paid in Bitcoin. I was like, oh, that's cool. He's being paid in internet money. And I forgot about it. I wish I hadn't have, by the way. I very much wish I hadn't have, but, you know, you can't go back and change the past. But nevertheless, the way that I got into cryptocurrency was lackluster or really cool, depending on the way you look at it. What I was doing is I was sitting here, as I've been doing for the last decade, because I've been watching YouTube and making YouTube videos on other channels for a very long time. This is by far the most successful, though. The other 3 were kind of a flop. But watching YouTube, I don't have any idea what video it was. But in the search bar, I'll go ahead and bring up one of my videos and demonstrate. I was watching videos, you know, I'm over here watching, you know, one of the greatest YouTube channels on planet Earth, Crypto Jeb, you know, I'm just saying, that has one of my ads on it. And I was sitting over here and I was scrolling down and I saw, hey, you know, there's a video there that says, how I make $30,000 a month doing nothing. And that video was by none other than the infamous Crypto Nick. I don't know if you guys know who Crypto Nick is. If you type him into YouTube, you're not going to find anything. He dropped off the face of the planet. He has 54 subscribers. And you also see BitConnect boys, where are they now? Crypto Nick is a scammer. Crypto Nick quits YouTube. A lot of drama around him. Essentially what happened, guys, is that there was a Ponzi scheme named BitConnect that he was in. He got into BitConnect and he made millions off of that because people would join via his referral link, and when they did, he'd get a cut. So I saw a video by him saying how I make $30,000 a month on a Genesis Mining, which is a cloud mining website. I was like, you know what? I kind of like the sound of making $20,000, $30,000 a month not doing anything. I think I'll watch that video. You know, that's what your brain thinks when you see clickbait. So I watched it, and lo and behold, he was actually making $30,000. He was actually making like $30,000 a month on that. And he ended up making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month off of BitConnect and everything later. He oh my goodness, he left cryptocurrency smelling like a rose. Other than all the lawsuits that he got involved in, he deleted his channel. He had 200,000 subscribers, and I watched that video. And guys, I've had experiences like this in my life, and I was talking about it yesterday with the tree story about how a tree almost killed me. And the minute I finished watching that video, something in my brain shifted, guys. Just something in me changed. And I knew that my life would never be the same. And you guys, it sounds like I'm building this up. It sounds like I'm just saying this for effect, but it's the truth. I remember back then, it was July 31st, 2017. It was about 8 o'clock in the afternoon. I was sitting in my room in the dark watching YouTube videos, as you do sometimes when you don't have anything else to do. I remember it vividly. And I finished watching that video, and I just sat there in shock for a second. I was like, you know what? My life just changed. Have you ever... Tell me in the chat over here if you guys have ever had one of those experiences where you just knew that your life had just changed, that something crazy just happened. Tell me. I want to know if that's ever happened to you, because that's what happened to me that day. I got into making all of these different accounts. I made my personal email account for my trading. That was before I had any idea I was going to end up being a YouTuber. I made my Coinbase account. I figured out how to use Coinbase. I figured out how to move Bitcoin. I figured out how to trade Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. I made my Genesis Mining a Hashflare account because I thought cloud mining was the answer. It's not. I was wrong. I didn't lose much money on that, but I did lose a little bit. But you know what? From 8 o'clock when I saw that video to 11 o'clock or so when I went to sleep was the most crazy, radical time of my life. It really was. I've had other times like that, but that was something special. I knew that my life had just changed. In the same way that I know that certain things are going to happen in my lifetime. I know that I'm going to do certain things in my lifetime, even though anyone with a rational mind might say that that's impossible. I just know. I don't know how I know, but I do know. And that was one of those things where in that moment I knew that something major just happened. And here we are 2 years later, and got 300 of my bros here listening to me ramble on about how I got into cryptocurrency. So that's the story. Really, really happy that day happened. That's going in my book, man. That's really cool. Of course, there were also scams based on BitConnect promising 2% daily interest. They would take their money, and cloud mining is an absolute scam. Yeah, I'm not a fan of cloud mining, and BitConnect was well and truly just a Ponzi scheme. It's just a joke. But that's how they made all their money, and that's what cryptocurrency YouTube really was back then. I'm glad now that the space has developed, and I've been able to be a part of that and develop the space where the big YouTubers are people like, and I will name drop because these are good people that I watch, Sunny Decree, Alessio Rastani, The Moon, from Carl from The Moon. These are good channels that they have all of their subscribers, not because they're running a Ponzi scheme, because they're trying to make money. Luckily, people like that have been discredited. Of course, I didn't know that when I was just getting into the space, but I learned that pretty quickly. Now we have channels that are doing very well in the space that are based off technical analysis and news, and actually teaching people about how to work in these markets. I'm very proud of this community, as the most disliked video in history would have you believe. Litecoin, cheaper fees, convert to Litecoin, go back into Bitcoin, never lose value, pay less fees. Yeah, you know, you can do that with Litecoin. You can do it with other cryptocurrencies like XRP. XRP, strictly talking from a fees standpoint and a transaction speed standpoint, is faster and cheaper than Bitcoin. So you can do it with XRP, you can do it with Ethereum, you can do it with just about anything other than Bitcoin, actually. Bitcoin is a currency, and it's great for large-scale transactions and security and everything, but it's definitely not the cheapest, and it's definitely not the fastest. I remember I was moving Bitcoin over to Kraken this morning. I had to sit here and find stuff to do for like an hour while Bitcoin was transacting. And while I am a very big fan of Bitcoin, that is annoying. That's what the Lightning Network is coming online for. I had a similar experience after brain surgery. Yeah. You know, hopefully that went well for you, Challenge Investor, by the way. I don't know if that was recent or not, but if it was, I hope that the recovery goes well for you. But it's just I can't explain it, guys. But sometimes you just have this moment, and you can just tell that everything's changed. I mean, I knew there were warning signs when I was younger that I was gonna be an entrepreneur and seek to make money the way that I do, but it all kind of clicked. Not on that day. It clicked a long time before that, but that was one of those days, you know. Let's see here. Anyway, guys, I was really hoping that Bitcoin was going to have some kind of breakout here. By the way, guys, I do want to mention, if you are enjoying the live stream, make sure you smash that like button. It does help out the channel when you do it, and I would be appreciative if you did it. There's a reason why we're ranked #1 for Bitcoin right now, which is really cool, by the way, and that is because you guys keep hitting that like button, so smash that like button. And also, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit that little red subscribe button. We do daily cryptocurrency technical analysis and daily Bitcoin news updates, so if you want to keep up to date with the cryptocurrency market, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be updated every single time a new video goes out. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And also, if you hit the subscribe button, your name will flash up on screen by Zambi the Zombie, and Zambi will introduce you to all of us, and so will I. And also, guys, by the way, if you want to support the channel, there is also the link to the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy in the description down below. We are still running that sale on CT2A for the next few hours until about noon tomorrow. We're going to be running that sale. So if you want to learn about technical analysis while also helping to support the channel, you can do so there. People in the chat can tell you if they like the course or not. I'll give you a hint. Every single one of them who has mentioned the course in the last 2 live streams has said that they very much enjoy it and that they're getting a lot of value out of it. The Brooklino says, wow, Jeb sounds so familiar. The first months in crypto were arduous as a newbie. So many zigs and zags. Wish I had bumped into you then. Would have not made so many mistakes. Many tears, but committed. You're absolutely right, man. The first few months in cryptocurrency are very, very daunting. They weren't really for me because during the time I was just watching a bunch of videos and some YouTubers helped me to figure out what the market was doing in the same way that I hope I can do for you guys. But at the same time, I'll be honest, a lot of it just comes down to learning however you're going to do that, whether through CT2A or whether through your own trading. However you're going to do that, you need to learn about the market, and it's going to take time. One thing I've learned in my life is that whatever you think you're going to do in whatever time frame you think you're going to do it in, double it. Say it's going to, just assume that's going to take longer than you think it is. Assume it's going to be harder than you think it is. Assume that's going to cost more money than you think it is. And assume that there's a larger chance that you're going to quit than you think there is. Take all that into consideration, and when you set out to do something, if you have those considerations in mind, and you already expect that it's going to be harder than you genuinely believe it's going to be, then when it inevitably is harder, or it inevitably does cost more money, or it inevitably does take longer, or you maybe inevitably do quit, you expected it. I'm not telling you to quit. I'm not saying you should quit. I'm not saying you should even necessarily consider quitting. But at the same time, guys, you do have to be ready for anything if you're going to be successful, no matter what you're doing, whether it's in cryptocurrency or otherwise. Aghora Nath said, boring ads or crap, unsubbed. Well, good riddance to you, my friend, because we do have to keep people fed, because we do have families from the people who are working on this channel, and those people do have to be paid. So if you want to unsubscribe, you go right ahead and do that. I couldn't really care less. I'm going to tell people about the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, and I'm going to tell people to hit that subscribe button because I have worked very hard on the course, and I've worked very hard on the YouTube channel, and I'm very proud of what we've managed to accomplish. So if you don't like it, you're more than welcome to walk right out that door, my friend. I could not care less. The rest of us are going to be enjoying the technical analysis and enjoying the conversation. If you guys are enjoying the conversation, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get to 250 likes. We're probably going to wrap it up in a few minutes, guys. Bitcoin isn't really doing anything all that crazy, and I don't want to just sit here and ramble to you guys. Sarah Lauer said, I subscribed a while ago. Can I have my fame? Yes, Sarah Lauer, you can have your fame. Welcome to the channel, Sarah. I apologize I had to put you in timeout earlier, but you were spamming in my live stream, and you know, this isn't a game, this is my business, Sarah. This is my livelihood, so no doxing me. If you dox me, I will be very upset at you. Like, in real life upset at you. Before you type anything about that, Sarah, you talk to Caleb, please. Anyway, Tim Close says, "Hey Jeb, thank you for all of your knowledge sharing. You are a class act. What do you think of the market cipher indicator?" The market cipher indicator is not one I'm very familiar with. I'll have to check into that for you. I'm gonna go ahead and write that down on my board to remind me. I have a 4-foot by 6-foot whiteboard on my wall that I write stuff on. So, market cipher indicator. If I don't forget, which hopefully I won't because that's the entire reason I spent $200 on a whiteboard, I will go ahead and check into that. All right, Sarah, you know, that's okay. I'm not going to be upset about that. Crypto Turk said, "Jeb, please do not lose your humble personality." Absolutely not. Of course not. I'm not going to change for anyone, guys. I swear to God. Hang on one second. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Okay, Sarah, I will do a face reveal in the future. I haven't yet, though. Somebody thinks they're a troll. Well, I'll give you your 15 minutes of fame, my friend. Let's see here. Jeb, do a crypto meetup in Ocala, Orlando, or Tampa. I may do that. How many of you guys live in Florida and would be interested in a meetup in, like, Orlando? I'm actually really interested in that. I would love to do that. Yes, Sarah, I did. Honestly, I know Caleb well enough that I could totally see him doing that. Anyway, guys, I think we are going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here in a few minutes. If you did enjoy the stream, make sure you smash that like button, and also make sure that if you are new here, hit that notification bell and the subscribe button so you'll be updated every time a new video goes out. We're not going to do a full Monty reveal, but we will do a face reveal in the future. But guys, like I said, that is going to do it for this video. Tell me what you think and whether or not you think that we should have a meetup in person. I'm being trolled right now and I'm having to keep a straight face. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, like I said, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Like I said, if you did enjoy, check out the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. We've had 800 people go through it, and people love the course. If you did enjoy today's video, check out... Stop dropping my keys on the table. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was doing that. That's a little fidget. Anyway, guys, like I said, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I do want to thank... I'm going to have to say the dreaded words, guys, but I am going to have to save my voice for tomorrow. I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.